Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up, man? Hey, pleasure to have you here at the Gemini Lounge, man. Please like and subscribe to the channel. So, Jay Z, he's just like LeBron in a lot of ways. He just won't go away, man. And let me first say, man, I got a love-hate relationship with this iconic figure in hip hop, black culture, New York City, all of the things that I am over here. And like I said, like much of our greats, the old saying is you never really want to meet the greats that you feel are great because often they'll disappoint you. Now Jay Z is that perfect type of, like I said, when I think of Jay Z, I think of LeBron. They're both kind of the same kind of guy, tremendously skilled individuals, man. Like arguably people who could have been considered number one in their games. In my opinion, neither one of them make my top 10. Not LeBron, not Jay Z. But maybe they're in the 8, 9, 10 ranges. Okay. And the reason why is not because of skill. It's because to me, the core of who they are, man. And there's a history. I'm not just running my mouth. I am, Jay Z's a little bit older than me, but we both ran the same New York City streets. I've actually was hanging out with Memphis Bleak and in that Marcy apartment. I believe it was he lived underneath Jay. I remember, you know, I don't even know how to be safe on the internet, but we chilling. Me, Memphis, and my boy Buzz Luger, bro. So we all. So I'm saying I'm connected. I've been in the 4040 club when it first opened up, and these different spots. Puffs. These were the things to do when you were a young man. You got to remember, this is the 90s, you know, 2000s. This is when yours truly, the Gemini, I'm in my prime, man. Like, this is like 20s, 30. Like, this is where we're trying to meet women. And the culture was like hip hop and all of that, which is going to be something I want to get into. And it has something that's attached to the idea of who Jay Z is. Now, first of all, let me again say Jay Z, no denying Jay Z's impact on hip hop, man. Reasonable Doubt, The Blueprint, Black Album, just some of the classics, man. Okay, but my favorite has always been Reasonable Doubt, man. I could tell you, I know that whole song, that whole album by heart, the whole album. There's probably 99% of it I can spit off the top of my head. But the question isn't about Jay Z being a dope rapper, being a great businessman. It's about has he been good to the black community? Has he been a good like as because and again I don't put him there. It's not me praising him. I think when we put athletes, rappers, entertainers in positions of like intellectual superior, I think like you're foolish. Like these are just they're good at a craft. They don't necessarily that doesn't mean they're necessarily good at explaining life to you. I mean, these are a lot of privileged people. So like I never put these type of people in these pedestals, but I do see that they do hold a lot of weight, it seems, especially in the black community. I mean, let's think about it, man. Kamala Harris put Meg Thee Stallion on a Democratic stage running for president of the United States. Again, that's how gullible she thinks black people are, how much we're just, invested in these cultural. And that brings up, a whole other thing where it talks about the TV, the networks, the corporations, the people who control what we get to see and how easily we are led. Okay. But I'm going to talk about Jay Z in like five different aspects. Okay. First, like the musical genius. Okay. No doubt about it. Like I said, the man is gifted lyrically. Okay. He's been a tremendous, like, um, role model and success. I mean, okay, billionaire status as a rapper, black boy from the hoods of Marcy, Brooklyn. I live right over the water on the Lower East Side, man. Like I ran around that downtown Brooklyn area just as much as I ran around the Lower East Side and up in Harlem. That's kind of New York City to me. Harlem, lower Manhattan, Brooklyn. I mean, Bronx is kind of far out. Queens is kind of far out. Staten Island, no, you got to take a boat to get there. So really, the three spots is Lower Manhattan, Harlem, and Brooklyn. So we kind of all the whole city ran around. The dude from Queens came in. I digress, man. Okay, he is a cultural icon, but here's the question, people: does artistic greatness automatically make someone a positive leader? Huh? Does it? I think that's the part we're having a problem with. I hear so many, like so many people are going to say on my comment in my comment section. I know it already. They're going to say, "Who are you?" Well, you don't make as much money. Jay Z don't care about how you feel, and you're right. I know Jay Z doesn't care how I feel, and I could care less how Jay Z feel. I'm speaking to the public because I want the public to not see Jay Z influences the public, and that's where me and him I have a right to express an opinion. Jay Z has this big platform. He's backed by, to me, some of the most evil, institutions on the planet, on the planet. Like Lucifer is like that's his toys is the people who I believe Jay Z, in my own opinion, believe Jay Z kind of works well with. Okay, in working together. So no, he doesn't have the right because he's made a lot of money with a corporate backing. Truly talented, but he doesn't have a right to just spit his opinion. And dudes like me, what I'm not rich enough to have an opinion back. So that's just for all of you. I know in the comment section that your first line of attack is going to be, yo, he made all this money. Making money ain't always as hard as it sounds if you're willing to do certain things, people out there. And money don't really, to me, I don't. I think I'm just as happy with 100,000 as Jay Z is with 100 million. That's just my way of thinking, man. 100,000 will provide the same happiness to me that 100 million or a billion, I believe, will provide to Jay Z. Okay, so anyway, that's another thing. Now, the Dame Dash era. I've never liked the Dame Dash era with Jay Z, man. Listen, Dame is a clown, bro. But Jay Z knew that when they first started working together. This was no secret that Dame was Dame. We love and we hate Dame, man. But you know what, man? I love the spirit in Dame, and I do feel like he got a raw deal by Jay Z and that whole Roc-A-Fella breakup, man. I did not like how that went. I think most of the streets really didn't like the way Jay moved. He moved like a snake. And I'm gonna keep it real with you people, man. You might get mad at me, some of you, but as an FBA man, Jay Z gives me full tether energy. I've been arguing this. I swear Jay Z's a tether. I swear he is. I just can't prove it. I can't prove it. But he moves like with that tether energy where it's all about how much money you make. There's nothing that holds them together other than how six. And I see that culture has grasped like the majority of like the American population and specifically the black community. If I have to remind you, not too long ago we had prom. Remember, guys? Do you remember the show we watched during prom in black communities of rolling out in Porsches and flashing $100 bills or 20s or tens or ones, whatever? Like this culture. That's not what to me FBA stood on, man. We stood on principles. We were grassroots people. Like Martin Luther King wasn't blinging, man. He put on the working man suit. Malcolm X wasn't out there flossing with jewels and diamonds and pinky rings, and he was out there in the working man suit. You know, it used to be a thing that leadership should try to actually fit in with the people. But we live in this new time that I think has just been like accentuated by Satan's Satan's violin. I think Satan has always controlled the music. It's in the Bible. This goes back thousands of years before hip hop was born. Okay, rock and roll in the 60s. Now I know, to me, I can look back now and see that a lot of these radicals who were like, yo, you're trying to stop freedom of speech. Well, that freedom of speech thing sometimes can become a little overrated and overused and used in the wrong way. And that's the problem actually in America. Our freedom means we can't stop bad things from happening. We really can't. So all we can do is make our argument. And that's what I'm doing here is the Gemini Lounge on the internet, appealing to the masses out there to think of it another way, to realize your vote, your opinions, how you move every day in life, what you accept and what you don't accept, it really does add up. And it adds up to whether you're going to have a successful country or a failed country full of radical, angry people. And let me tell you something, Jay Z is the leader of that, in my opinion. So, and again, a lot of this was started. So the question is again, when it comes to Dame Dash, was he simply a business? Was this simply business, or did loyalty get left behind? That's the question I have for Jay Z. Like, well, Is it all business? And that's been kind of his thing. Let me fall back a little bit because I'm a big Jay Z fan, but I always got Nas over Jay Z. I got Rakim over Jay Z. I got Biggie over Jay Z. Okay, I mean, and I could probably go five. Redman definitely over Jay Z. Like, there's so many others I could go down the list, but I don't have time on this episode. Okay, um, but he's definitely a big deal. Okay, so the big now it gets personal. Well, this is where it gets ugly in the argument of what's the purpose of Jay Z? How has he impacted hip hop and the black community? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is something I have personal experience with, and this is regarding the Barclays Center. Okay, the Barclays is where the Brooklyn Nets play. Now, that land was owned by a lot of people, and for New Yorkers, the land and the expansion that this British bank wanting this arena built. Um, and Jay Z, like a lot of minorities, black, Spanish, we didn't want to sell to these rich corporations for chump change. Jay Z became the face. Jay Z became the public face, and I was there, man. He did everything. I went to one of the concerts that he held before the Nets, even, when they first moved to Brooklyn. He had that like 7 day concert. I went to one with an ex girlfriend. Shout outs to Keena, girl. If you ever see my channel, you remember that? You remember when we went to that Jay Z concert in the Barclays? That was one of the best times in life, man. But I'm telling you, I was there. This is why you should listen to my channel because I only talk about things that I know about, that I've experienced or I've researched well. Okay. And let me tell you, the whole thing went down because of Jay Z. Jay Z loved in Brooklyn, became like the face of Brooklyn. It used to be Spike Lee, but I guess Spike Lee belonged to the Knicks, so the Brooklyn had to go get their own. Surprised Jay Z ain't try to pop up on this Nick thing. But anyway, we thought he was like a big owner. We thought this was some black power move. He came in there, and you know what? Some of it I think is true. Like I do see a lot of black people working at the Barclays. I'm sure it increased some jobs, but what was given and what is in return, it's never at an advantage to the people. It's always to the power, the system, the structure, the corporation. And that's what I'm trying to argue Jay Z has been doing for a long time, starting with Dame Dash. Okay. Jay Z is a gentrifier. While he fights supposedly with black people to help black people and to show us how to become big business boss men, he will help gentrify your neighborhoods and rock with the gentrifiers. Well, how many times does he have to do this for you guys to get it? He didn't care whether longtime Brooklyn residents actually benefited from his benefit, even if it's one, like he said, 1% of a billion is, I forget. Sad that I'm a math teacher, but I don't want to do the math. So my question again is, did Brooklyn gain a basketball arena or did it lose part of its identity and money, wealth? This is all Jay Z. Face of it, in your face. Let's not forget the title and all of that other stuff. Let's not forget Colin Kaepernick. To you woke, to the woke crew, because I never gave a damn about no Kaepernick or him not getting a job. I could care less about that weirdo. I think he's a weirdo. I think the movement was weird. I think the whole thing is weird. I think all of them are weirdos. Kaepernick, Jay Z, all of them hanging out with these corporate big wigs and globalists around. I think they're all weirdos. Let me make that very clear. But you guys, my FBA, my black woke group out there, y'all love Kaepernick. Y'all thought he gave a darn about you, just like you thought Jay Z gave a darn about you. Okay, but then look at what Jay Z does publicly. Let's go Kaepernick. Kaepernick. Personally, privately, partnership with the NFL. Hey, black. He then he gets sent out there. Hey, black people, black people. I know. But look at they sent me. God, black people, the NFL heard your problems. They heard you loud and clear, and they sent me. They gave me a nice little check. They gave me some power. I'm black, so now you should shut up. You should be happy. I'm black. I got a check. I got some more power. I'm black. Everybody's cool, right? I don't care if who how many hundreds of thousands of millions of blacks lose in this deal. They put me as a face. This is sadly, again, something these liberal progressive Democrats have been doing so well that the Republicans got their head up their behind so far. They got their head so far up their own behinds that they're not even realizing that the population is getting picked off piece by piece. And Republicans, you ain't gonna survive with just a bunch of rich businessmen, no matter what you think. Okay, you don't want this to get out of hand, which I fear might have already done it. So here's the next question for the segment four on Colin Kaepernick in the NFL. Is this about principles? Was Jay Z ever about principles, or was it always business? That's the question. Now, my segment five, again, corporate America. This is what Jay Z's been secretly like working his whole life towards. You thought it was about like progressing black people, and again, I don't think it's Jay Z's job to progress black people. I just hate the hustle. And like you're going to see on the clip, we're going to watch it a little bit. He talks about it. Don't call me a drug a dealer. Call me a hustler. That's what he wants to be known as. Well, guess what, people? He ain't hustling the white people. He's hustling on behalf of the white corporation. Who he's hustling, fools? You. And by me being near you, me, because we all get milked at the same time. So again, my question is, oh, and let's not forget, this is the worst part of it. Everything he brings to the black community, to the hip hop community, he's less than like a 1% owner of any of these things. Whether it's luxury branding of that liquor, he's selling us liquor like all of the rappers did, bro. These are rappers are not to be followed. I swear to you, man, I'm part of the hip hop generation, and I love the hip hop of you remember X Clan? You remember a Tribe Called Quest, one of the great, I think, arguably the greatest group that don't get enough praise because they preach positivity, good music. Okay, like I grew up in an era of hip hop where it was like talent, Diggable Planets. Oh my God, what's my De La Soul, the whole Native Tongues. Even though they want some wokety woke globalist black, but at the time it was better than the gang banging and the shoot 'em up and I'm a hustler and look at my chain and yo my girl got a fatty. Like that's what we got now. I'd rather like watch Q-Tip. I left my wallet in El Segundo. Doom, 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 doom. I left my wallet in El Segundo. I left my wallet in El Segundo. I gotta get it. I got to get it. My mother went. See, I got so many lyrics in my head. Like what we offered before Jay Z and a lot of dude like this angry thing took over, and then when we sent it to the West Coast, those idiots, those gang banging high school dropout idiots, man, they just destroyed this culture. Listen, man, let me tell y'all something out there, because now I'm in my bag, bro. Like it's Gemini season's ending, man, but Gemini is fully awoke, man. Yo, you West Coast, yo, hip hop is New York, bro. Hip hop is New York. It ain't West Coast. It ain't the South. We lent it to y'all. We lent it to y'all, bro. We let y'all borrow it, and y'all brought it back with the magnet with the cover all crushed up. You got stains on the mag. We lent you a nice book, clean, and you sent it back to us with stains on it, coffee stains, and all kinds of the papers all crumbled up. That's what y'all other the South. The shout outs to Outcasts. Shout outs to some of the people up in the Bay Area. Shout outs to them because they kept it. In my opinion, they kept it real to a large degree, man. They kept it that New York, that essence of art, not the essence of like just dumb, low IQ music that the corporations love, and the Southern dudes and the West Coast dudes, and even the Midwest dudes. Okay, except for Chicago. Chicago, shout outs to Chicago. Love when Common Sense. I used to love her. Like they were bringing real music too. A few of them. And like I said, a few people in the South too, because I think Outkast was dope. Like that's one of my favorite, Southern groups that I thought spit real hip hop. But a lot of that stuff was clown music, bro. It was low IQ, dummy, dance, look like a clown, foolish stuff. It's very side-handed, embarrassing. Now Now, yeah, us New Yorkers, we on our intellectual. We very much connected to like we're connected to the world, man. So it's very hard to just be a low IQ, ignorant ninja in New York. You could be an ignorant ninja, but your IQ gonna be higher than the other ignorant ninjas around the world because we're dealing with global issues, man. It's just the way it is, man. We're getting influences from all over the world, but the world is getting our influence because we're impacting people from all over the world. They're seeing we represent like what America is. Because when the people come from all over the world, they're not coming to West Virginia or Alabama or no shout outs to Alabama, no disrespect, but you know what I'm saying. They come into New York, and when they meet what black people are, what Latinos are, they mean us. Maybe in Miami, but you know, that ain't really black. That's like, that's I'm saying in the New York, we blacks, we had control of the culture, at least the culture, if nothing else. We had that. Okay. And we gave the world the black experience. So I say all that to say, man, at what point does representing the culture become representing corporations? That is all of these dudes today. But the number one guy, the guy who became the billionaire, Jay Z, corporate rapper. Okay. Now, lastly, I'm going to talk about the lyrics. Listen, dope lyrics, and I do believe hip hop is for adults. Sadly, we can't seem to control it and keep it out of children's hands, but hip hop is for adults. It's not really for kids. But since we know for a fact that kids eat this up more than the adults do, I'm talking about from 12 years old to 18, those are like the biggest people in the culture of hip hop. And Jay Z, for dudes like me, let me tell you, man, Jay Z, the type of dude make you want to go be a hustler. He make you feel lazy for just working a 9 to 5. He make you feel lazy for going the college route. He make you feel lazy for not having fast money, man. All of his music, man, was like it was about hustling. It was all about drug culture. He talked like a kingpin, but I mean, I don't know him personally like that, but I know the streets of New York personally, and I ain't never hear no big time dude named Jay Z like running stuff. Like I know his man, the Haven, and them dudes. I know the crews they ran with. I know those names, but I don't know who Jay Z is. Is no drug lord, but he definitely played the role, and that's something else that a lot of people don't get about like inner city culture, man. Everybody's an actor. We are the greatest actors on the planet, man. Go to any hood, man. We can imitate anything bad, any culture. We can imitate it like perfect on the spot. He's pushed Jay Z, the pushing of material success. That's another thing. Jay Z has, to me, been the mouthpiece to from the corporate world. He's the clean cut black man that comes from the hood. These bourgeoisie, progressive, white YT liberals, they love pets like this. Like the black dude that cleaned up and look at him, look at him, look at what we did. Look at we. It's like Brewster's Millions for you old schoolers. Remember Richard Pryor, Brewster's Millions? Or Trading Places, even better with Eddie Murphy. Trading Places, where basically we just upgraded a bum Negro, a low IQ project dude. Look at what we do to him, and we make him loyal to us. And that, to me, in my opinion, my humble opinion, and again, I know this because I've been there since Jay Z's first album, like a real fan. Still am a real fan. Don't like the man. But I could say that about Kobe Bryant. I didn't like him as a person. I could say that about Michael Jordan. I didn't like them as humans. But in their crafts, they're magicians, magic. Don't think they're that good of people, though, honestly. Jay Z, man, he's done some real selfish stuff in his life. He's bragged about not giving his cousin, some startup money. And he's like, a lot of these dudes do that, man. They just as cold on the men. They'll help the women. Everybody, all the women get something, get $1 here, $2 here. But fellow men, these black successful men, to you young black men, they don't care anything about you. You're just food to them. Don't worship them. Worship the dudes who don't worship anyone but God. But I'm going to say, if you're going to idolize the people like me. I hate to say it. I feel a little jealous because I spend a lot of my time educating, working, and it's not just me, it's hundreds of thousands of people around the world that provide these roles every day in these young hoods' lives. and they don't even get a thank you out of it. But Jay Z, these kids will go to war for what's my boy? What's my new one? The new Savage. God darn it, I'm really getting old. NBA Young boy, you should see what my students would do for NBA Young boy. If NBA Young Boy said bring an apple, like you can't even get in a concert, just get an apple just to give to me. Well, every student to have an apple. Ask them to bring an apple to their teacher for dealing with their crap every day for 10 months, 8 hours a day. Boy, they be like, yo, you get a check, you get a job, you got a job. Like, this is the way we've raised our people, okay? Also, Jay Z's love to play around with this religious symbol. We're gonna see in the clips. He plays around with the 5 percenters, with the seven. He plays around with that stuff. He liked to walk around. Remember 10, 15 years ago, he'd walk around with those Aleister Crowley shirts, do it thou wilt. This is like satanic Bible verse stuff, and he'd always wear that. Okay. He likes to make a lot of God and biblical reference. One of my favorites, he says, I'm from where the church is the flakiest, and brothers have been praying to God so long that they atheists, where they can't put they away and say they wear it, bring it to put their vest away and say they wear it tomorrow, because we'll be like, damn, I was just with them yesterday. You know what? I'm a few blocks away from hell, a couple of shots from a stray shell. Basically, these are communists, and y'all don't realize that America, like Jay Z, the rappers, they're trying to promote atheism in the black community, and they've pretty much succeeded. They've pretty much succeeded. I don't care what church you go to on any Sunday full of black people, you're going to see people who are not really following the scripture. They're not following the laws of the Bible. They're making up their new laws that make them feel good. Same way you could watch in the Carmelo Anthony case of making up stuff to appeal to what you already believe. We doing that in church too. It could be clearly written that you cannot be of this type of behavior. You can't exhibit this behavior. They'd be like, nah, God didn't mean it that way. It could be looked at that way for thousands of years. But they'll be like, nah, 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 nah. That was just some white supremacy. They were wanting us to think it was that way. What God really meant was, this is what we do today. So, I mean, all of these things, man. Remember him talking about stabbing his brother and and Rob, like get like for Rob taking his coat or something. Bro, like the dude, like he brags about some of the most wickedest stuff. I remember the Lance Rivera thing. I remember some of the, Foxy Brown and them wondering what age she was. These are all alleged things. Don't know, no evidence. Not saying anything happened. I'm just saying these have always been questions. Aaliyah, Foxy Brown, and numerous other ones. I mean, hey, I don't know anything. I'm just telling you, these things have been one. We've wondered about these things in the hood, and why do certain people get away with it? Why is Puff in jail? There's not much difference between Puff and Jay Z to me, is except Puff the violence, the physical violence. Jay Z be getting beat up by women. Puff out here, Puff ain't playing, yo. Puff ain't playing, bro. Jay Z getting beat up by Solange. Y'all remember in the elevator? But you know, Puff ain't, these chicks getting thrown. Puff he dragging Cassie through the hallway like a mop. Okay, like that. Puff different. Puff different, bro. Guess that them Harlem old school dudes, man. So, like I said, many people hear these songs as storytelling, while others believe decades of these themes have helped normalize unhealthy cultural values. I'm one of those people that believe allowing this gang banging, low IQ West Coast rap, this happy go lucky party, how much gold do I have on? Look at my car, Southern music, the the ratchetness of the South with their sexy reds, and like everything is about like, let me just put the most ratchet chick and say the most ratchet thing. And believe me, New York, we're guilty too, because we no longer are the trendsetters. We're following the South and the West Coast. We're trying to figure out what they're doing. We're even following dudes in Britain. Like this is why I don't claim this. I don't claim this. This is something new. This new hip hop, this new rap. I don't claim it. It ain't got nothing to do with the James Brown hip hop that I come from, like the old school. I'm DMC. I'm Fat Boys. I'm Bismarcky. I'm Big Daddy Kane. I'm I'm Force MDs. I'm Rakim. I'm Nas. I'm over there, bro. I'm over. I'm with them dudes, bro. I ain't over here with the Drakes and these dudes. That's past me, and I don't want nothing to do with it. So, did Jay Z simply describe the culture, or did he help shape it to what it is today? These are questions I want you to answer in the comment section for anyone that comes through this. So, my final thoughts on just Jay Z. Jay Z career forces us to wrestle with the difficult question: Can someone can someone be one of the greatest artists of all time while also making choices that deserve criticism? That's an easy yes, because I'm going to do that whether they deserve it or not. You don't have to hate Jay Z, though, for to ask these questions. Great artists, with great power, they say, comes great responsibility. They're not to be worshiped, they are to be examined. Let me know in the comment section, people. Is Jay Z a friend or a foe? Now, I know I done did a whole show, but uh I actually have things I want to show you. And we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna go to my little screen now. I'm gonna hide over here in the corner. We're gonna look at just some of the interactions of people who have dealings with Jay-Z. And I'm gonna just expound on it. Let's get
I don't know how he gets out of going from a dread to an afro in a day without patches and nothing. Like, was it to hide horns? To me, that's what it looks like when you owe the devil money. And then they make you do what they say. I watched what happened to Kev Hart the other day. It was sad. So I went from being like a little aggravated with him to now feeling sorry because I'm actually watching what happens after 25 years after you sell your soul. You're in hell.
Listen.
now Dame has Dame has his own issues going on in life, but we've always said that there's a price to pay. All of our hip hop conspiracy theorists have always thought about Illuminati. We've been talking about Illuminati since in the '90s, bro. '80s, late '80s, early '90s. We've been screaming about Illuminati, but yet we don't. If we believe in it, yet we don't believe we're a part of it. Okay, yeah. So this whole idea of selling your soul means basically willing to work with the power structure to degrade your community, the world, and the soul of the world. That's to me what joining the Illuminati and even all of that stuff, red pill, blue pill, it's all about making a choice that, hey, I'm so desperate for success, clout, money, that I'm willing to sell my mama, my community, my children. I'm willing to give up millions, and this is why I can't stand like that we glorify these drug dealers. These are those same people. And that's what Jay Z claims to be. He says it himself. It's not me. Drug dealers are the most scummy kind of form of humans on the planet. They're just trash. These dudes will destroy millions and millions of lives, all at the sake of their personal enjoyment. And we glorify them, right? I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover, whipping work, one nation under God. Have the nerve to talk about being a drug dealer and saying one. But we find this to be clever, but this is just pure evil. And I don't know I don't know if the black community will ever break this spell. I don't know because we've been, like I said, I was born into this spell. Luckily, I caught the good side of it. Like I said, the Tribe Called Quest and the different. That's the hip hop I liked. I was never like at some point, when I became more angry and society became more angry, the music fit my need. With Tupac, like Tupac was an era of anger as a young man, but everything was F the police. It wasn't when NWA said it. It was when Tupac was out here. When it was beef in the streets, East Coast, West Coast. It's crazy. I had fights over that. I had fights with Vegas dudes over East Coast, West Coast in college, bro. Like me and this football dude fighting because he threw my Wu Tang tape. I had the Wu Tang just came out, bro. I'm blasting it in college in Utah. West, like Vegas dude, LA Vegas dude, man, take my tape and throw it out. Bro, we fighting. Just fighting. It was just on some East Coast, West Coast. This was at the prime time of it. So I'm saying like this stuff affects the nations. It affects the people. It affects the fans. We be out here crashing out over these West Coast East Coast beef. So Dame Dash, I think he has a point, man. I don't know. I think Dame might have a happier ending than Jay.
We got to look at Patton,
I see
the
it.
Brooklyn Nets. He was the face of the team.
Talk
We thought
about
he
it.
owned the team. The coach thought he owned the team.
I know.
Got him to tear down half of Brooklyn
Yep.
to build the Barclays Center. Did
Facts.
y'all know he owned less than 1% of the team?
I did.
Ace of Spades liquor.
Mm.
He pushed it to the culture. Everybody
Yep.
took hold of it.
I
Everybody
ain't-
popping bottles. Ace of Spades.
I
Ace of
ain't
Spades
like
in
that
videos.
crap.
Ace of Spades in the club.
Yeah, I ain't buy it.
They turned around and sold it. Sold half the company.
I was still drinking Henny. Still to this day, baby.
Title, the big one. We got our own streaming service now. We got our own service
Wasn't
now. We don't need
Puffin
to
that?
go over there. Had all the artists come to Title. Big artists, little artists. They all want the
Yeah,
title.
yeah, I remember that.
Then he turned around and sold the company to a billionaire. Then the NFL.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick took a knee. He said, boycott the NFL.
Yep.
We all stood behind boycotting the NFL.
Y'all remember? You fools remember out there? You fools remember? God, my people, bro. Y'all embarrassing, bro. Y'all embarrassing black people. Y'all embarrassing the ancestors by being so goddamn gullible on everything.
Boycott the NFL. And then he went and signed a deal with the NFL and became a partner.
Facts.
All I'm asking is, check out the pattern. Who was he?
Here with the fat video, we still lounging here with Jay-Z.
Pay attention to this clip, man. Listen to the question and listen to the response carefully.
Jay-Z, you got this jam out there, presidents you probably had in the background, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that means a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because, yo, this brother's taught me some stuff that was music. I'm going to go there right now. But yo, dead presidents is money, you know what I'm saying? But
You heard
at the
him?
same time,
But
it's
you
not
know,
all about money.
at the same time, it's not all about money. Now watch Jay-Z respond and see if you see you just listen.
Say, what are some other important things, you know, besides money to Jay-Z?
Ambition, you know, once you have ambition, you know, you could acquire anything, you know, with a bunch
More
of
money.
money. You know, ambition. When you spend that money, you got a bunch of money. You don't want.
How old were you?
Money. All I heard was money, and and ambition and money. And the money, when you run into this, it's the money. Yeah. What were we talking about again? Money. Jay-Z is all about the dough. Like I said, that's that tether energy. That's why we have a problem, FBA families, with a lot of people. And this is why I need somebody to research, bro. Find the evidence. I know Jay-Z's a tether, maybe second, maybe first, second, but he's a tether, man. I know it. I know it in my heart, bro. I smell these. I can detect these things. I don't need a hairline. I do it by your soul, and not all. For those of you who know what a tether is, all tethers, yes, but not all of that group.
You started selling drugs.
I can't say it. I don't like the way you're saying that. Let's say hustling. It sounds such.
When did you start selling drugs? Miss, I only say that on songs. I don't ever say that to on news reports and things on respectable. I just tell millions of black kids I do it. I don't really tell white people and organizations. I'm not Hey, I don't like when Warren Buffett sits there. Warren Buffett asks me, "Hey, you was a drug dealer?" Nah, Warren, I was a hustler. Warren, just like you.
a harsh way to put it.
But it is harsh.
Yeah.
I can't be a politician. I'm too real.
You could be one. In today's market, you'd be a great Democrat.
Don't talk about it. That's the best thing.
Never?
No. Never.
So, Sean, can you ride a horse?
I can ride a Porsche.
Look at the black dude from Marcy Hauser. And again, it ain't about growing. It's just about being humble. That was the whole point of spitting that I'm from Marcy, where I'm from. It's to keep a sense of humbleness. Bro, can you ride a horse? I'd like to believe that's just seeing how wide, cultured you are. Maybe he caught that. Maybe he saw that as a diss, that he's not a cultured man despite the billions. Yeah, no, I don't ride a horse, but I could ride a Porsche. Well,
I know you don't talk much about Beyonce, but her album comes out. Oh.
Now, people have told me that in the business you got the best flow. My problem is I don't know what that means.
See, Jay-Z's become very safe. which is which is fine. Again, don't get the Gemini Lounge because my whole platform is being safe, like being a regular normal person. People should. I don't like the ninja energy of like Wicks. Like, well, even though he wound up doing that, this is when he's normal. But then he starts doing the African voodoo hairstyles and all of this crap. Then he gets weird again, like he's a shaman rather than like a hip hop dude from Marcy Projects. But look at him. He's just very comfortable. He understands the game.
I say like if you have here's the melody, dun 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 dun. Me, I'll rhyme like
Bro, this dude really thinks he's an artist, bro. Yo, this is the thing that kills me, man. The dudes will get a computer, a laptop, some machines, like keyboard machine, drums, and they swear. And I get it. Like if you Kanye, I get it. Kanye's an artist. Bro, Jay-Z, you bro, I could do that, bro. I could do that. I hate that they take themselves that serious, bro. The only reason this is so popular is not because you're that talented, in my opinion. It's because it's devil music being promoted by Satan himself. That's all. Like, bro, it ain't hard to sell Satan's music to Satan lovers. It's not that you're a genius, bro. You're not Mozart. You're not putting together any classical notes. The double entendre is nice. I guess he said he did a triple.
So I'm so in sync with the beat. Like when the music is going boom, 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 I'm going rap da 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 with words though. Rap,
where words go.
Da, 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 da.
Remember when Jay?
Dude's a lame, bro. I can't. I've always thought he was a lame. The lyrics are dope, but he's always been a lame dude. Just like LeBron James. LeBron and Jay-Z, perfect together. Brothers from another mother.
Jay-Z said this.
I think we passed kneeling.
Look at that shit.
This time, look at the reaction of the lady sat just behind him.
We're past kneeling. Who's we? We French again, bro? Who is we? Where's Jay-Z at in these marches? Where's he at? Have you ever seen Jay-Z leading a protest in front of anything at any rally outside? Have you ever seen him? Have you ever seen him anywhere but not in front of a bunch of executive YTs and people of the higher echelon? When does he ever talk about we are past kneeling? Who's we, bro? Who are you, Jay? Bro, Jay, you're not the leader of the army, bro. You're not the leader of the army. You're not a general, bro. You could be minister of propaganda, bro. You could talk on the mic, on the radio station, bro. But there's gonna be the serious men. We handle serious business, Jay. You're not that dude, bro. You're not that dude. I can't see it. Maybe dudes like that. Like, and you got money, so you can hide. But you is what I'm talking about. You, bro. We removed the money and we just outside. We just in the jungle. You drop 5 men in the jungle. Jay-Z ain't living. He ain't surviving. He ain't surviving me. That's what I'm saying. Like, take the billions away, take the power away, take all of these people away. He ain't out surviving me.
The reason why she's worried about how Jay would respond is because she's the CEO of Rock Nation.
Yeah, I know her.
But in her former life, she was a federal.
I know. Jefe. The female Jefe. Is it Jefa? I don't know how Spanish do it. Is it Jefa?
Informant. In 1994, Desiree Perez was arrested for bringing in 35 keys of Griselda Blanco to Miami.
Yeah, I remember.
Under pressure, she agreed to wear a wire for the DEA. Quick side note. Desiree Perez is the name Dame Dash refused to say in this Breakfast Club interview.
Once you has certain friends, we don't even talk about them no more.
Now, see, again, I don't really go with that, like that culture of snitching, and I don't really care. I'm telling on all you fools. I only tell on people, listen, this is the rule. I only have one rule with snitching, and that goes with, to me, biblical, honorable manhood. If you're my partner, we do something together. It's not all, I shouldn't give you up to make my life easier. That's it. That's where it ends. Anything outside of that scenario I just described, where me and you together, we did something together. If I see you doing something, I don't know you, I'm telling on you, bro. If I don't really know you, I'm telling on you. I'm not keeping secrets because we both black. I'm telling on you, bro. But these fools have been running around America and the world telling everybody it don't matter, bro. Even if you don't know him, bro, you can't speak. Why are criminals dictating to citizens what we can and can't do regarding like public safety? Why would you listen to a bunch of criminals in a free country like America where we're free and we got the Second Amendment? We don't have to listen to fools like Jay-Z tell us, like, yo, no snitching. Cameron and rappers and West Coast ex criminal. Why do we listen to these dudes tell us like we can't snitch on criminals that's hurting us? This listen again, my people. I think it's too late for us, man. We man. I think our IQ has dropped 20 points in the last 20 years. I think we've dropped the IQ point a year in the last 20 years. It might be too late for us. We got too many smart dummies running their mouths right now. So it might be too late. But for some of the rest of you in America, man, yo, bro, get off this shit. This Democrat, progressive, rap, gangster, violent, atheist, communist, that's what we're representing. And Jay-Z is the leader. He is the Pied Piper of this.
Around that same time, Jay-Z and Perez spearheaded Roc Nation's prison reform initiative with Meek Mill.
Prison reform initiative with Meek Mill, a dude who got famous for being a criminal more than his music, like fighting with some DA in Philadelphia because he don't know how to behave. And that somehow became a black issue. Like that became like all the black people in America and in the world had to fight on behalf of this little knucklehead, little criminal from Philly. Well, guess what? You got a bunch of low IQ clowns that have got in that hustle. Kim Kardashian. And I'm going to tell you this too, man. We're going to see something at the end. And that's something that I'm going to address later on regarding the Trump supporters, because I am a Trump supporter. Or I'm still am because he's the better of the two choices. But believe me, I am not happy with Trump. There are some very questionable things he's done. But again, don't get it twisted. If I have the choice again to vote for him, I'm voting for him again because what you guys are offering is even crazier than some of the things I have a problem with Trump with. But again, this point here, why are we listening to criminals? You got Meek Mill, criminal. You got this Griselda hustler chick. Okay. These are horrible. That organization was like terrorists, horrible people, like did awful things to people. And that's who's leading prison reform. Hello? Hello? Hello?
I guess their hard work paid off. Because on the 19th of January 2021, this law was released. Desiree Perez's criminal past had just been wiped clean.
By who?
By the outgoing president.
That's a problem, people. That's a problem. And let me tell you something, man. Trump let go a lot of these kind of glorified criminals, drug dealing hustlers. I don't know the details, but I don't like the look. I don't know if they gave up. I know she was a snitch. I know she snitched on the cartels. Don't know what that got her. Like, I don't know. She seems to be very successful. I wonder, did she really snitch? She's out here in the open, just chilling, making big moves. Or maybe she's still, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know, people. But I know my president. The president that is supposed to be against crap like that. He let out another dude, Harry O. Y'all heard about Harry O, the dude who gave Suge Knight the juice. Remember? Suge Knight had got the juice from Harry O, bro. Bro, Trump be out here like letting these drug dealers go. He be pardoning these drug dealers. Trump, we got some issues, Trump. We're going to talk about that too one day, Trump. But right now, I need you to get your behind back in the States and stop doing this global stuff and help us deal with the backlash of the Jay-Z crowd. Right now, I need you to handle this, even though he pardoned the people creating it.
Trump.
Now, if you walk around with that chain all day, people are going to be asking you, what's the sign?
This is the 5% chain, man. 5% Nation, started by Father Clarence 13. Is it 13X? Former Nation of Islam guy. The 5% knowledge, supreme mathematics. That I found out the Jews do something like this too. So this is an actual big deal where this is a big thing in history. It's not just some like weird thing. It's just our version as Black Americans of an old type of thing where the numbers have meaning to, it's kind of space agey. It's probably I don't know, it might be some truth to it. I believe in certain things like that, but that's something that has been in like kind of birth hip hop in a lot of ways. Hip hop in New York not birthed, but like it's the foundation of hip hop is like 5% knowledge, 5% nation. We all grew up on 5% nation, 5% culture, where there's only the poor righteous teachers are the 5%ers, the poor righteous teachers. And that's the thing. That's the thing that bothers me about dudes like Jay-Z and a lot of dudes today. The 5% nation, the 5% is the poor righteous teachers. We are the honorable people. We are the people. He's representing the 10%. Jay-Z's a 10%er, not a 5%er. And we all fighting over the 85%, which is the sheep, the sheeple. The Bible speaks of this. Everyone knows it. Like most of the world are just people trying to survive every day, trying to put food in their bellies. They're trying to raise their kids and stay alive. That's 85% of the world. They don't really have time or energy to understand the deeper meanings of everything in philosophy and history and humanity. This is why we've always reserved leadership for like intellectual people with high intellects, people who are usually rich because they have time. While the rest of us are out here working 12, 14-hour shifts just to survive, rich people have time to study the world. Okay? And that's it's not because you just black or you just poor or you just Spanish. It's because that's the way the system has always worked before they even conquered our countries and we played these roles. So the thing that Jay-Z is representing, he wants to always play in that like deeper game, but yet the 5% nation, they were kind of criminally like, but the aspirations of them were to be supreme and to be higher. The whole idea was that the higher knowledge wasn't being given to the worst people. It was only being given to select few in the Nation of Islam. Father Clarence 13X, in his opinion, which I have my own opinions on, I do believe in every culture there's knowledge that not everybody is ready for, and that when you give a certain knowledge to certain people, it could be harmful if they don't know how to wield it. I think like with the Jews, they use the Kabbalah. Okay, the Kabbalah is known in their culture, I believe. The rabbis, the higher level rabbis, but it is not something for Joe Schmo person to be playing with. And I kind of look at the 5% nation as the same way. But Clarence 13X, Father Allah, I think that's his name. Clarence 13X, he felt like it should not be held by the elites in the Nation of Islam, and he brought it down to the streets, to the prisons. So you got a lot of like dudes who don't got foundational knowledge, but was given some supreme knowledge that they're not ready to build on. You have to build on something. Okay, they understand these concepts of knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, wisdom, and they could put together little catchy phrases. I'm going too far. I want to talk about the five because I am very much. I practiced. I'm not going to ever say I'm a 5%er, but I've been at all of the. I've been the one in Brooklyn and the one in Harlem. I've integrated. I've been around this element a long time, and I've studied it. I've studied supreme mathematics and stuff like that. But anyway, Jay-Z is representing the 10%ers, yet he's going to be acting like he's a 5%er.
What's today's mathematics?
Today's mathematics, God?
My chain, I stole it from somebody. Yeah, I tell y'all who.
No 5%er will let you steal their chain, boy. You out your mind. That's like stealing a Mason's chain. Well, you can't. That's not allowed. That's not allowed. That's not allowed. It's not allowed. So I mean, I guess he's trying to be edgy, and it's not allowed. You can't steal no 5% chain, or you're gonna have to go to war.
Stealing chains now? Not really stealing.
Yeah, I know.
Does it mean anything to you though?
Great question, Charlemagne. Charlemagne's a well-paid idiot. He's not an idiot. He's just he's well paid to be an idiot. That was actually a nice little sneaky question. Does it mean anything? Or is it all for show? Like this, what I've been saying. Hey, I don't know who's listening out there. Probably no one. But if you are, man, like and subscribe to the channel, man.
A little bit.
We almost over.
I'm with you. I don't like conversation either. It's like, I call myself the God because I feel like it sometimes.
Themselves God.
I study a little lessons, but I'm not in.
Charlemagne the clown, bro. Let's change that.
Yeah. Religion is like a personal computer. You let people in if you want to.
But in Long Island.
There it is, people. Well, again, man, thank you for hanging out with me on the Jay Z episode. Listen, I don't. I believe again, Jay Z is a dope artist, but in my opinion, Jay Z is not. Has never been good for the culture. Never been good for Black Americans, and I hope that the world starts to see that as he starts to celebrate. Hey, Reasonable Doubt though, dope album, dope album. I still listen to it at least once a year. Definitely will be listening to it until the last day I breathe on this planet. But as for Jay Z, the businessman, man, he can kick rocks, man. Gemini Lounge, man, thank you for being here. Like, subscribe. Please come back to the channel, man. Peace.